Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation of Science, Engineering and Technology Fair. The Science Fair will be presenting by myself, Favor and Milena. We choose the topic demo of butterflies for this Science Fair. I would like you to think what would happen if there were no butterflies. We will probably not enjoy apples, coffee, and other foods that are vital in our daily life. Butterflies play an important role in pollinating the plants, flowers, and vegetables that we need on Earth. I will talk briefly about our experience. We have designed a butterfly habitat. This experience will allow children to investigate, examine, explore butterflies through their senses, including touching, smelling, seeing, moving, and hearing. Likewise, the children will be developing dispositions of learning, such as curiosity, independency, creativity, confidence, and enthusiasm. Secondly, in this science fair, the educators can teach children about the life cycle of a butterfly using the very hungry caterpillar as a stimulus. Children to use their observational skills to observe the metamorphosis of two cocoons turning into butterfly through the educational video. Children also can look at the symmetry and patterns of the butterfly wings. Lastly, I will introduce the life cycle of a butterfly. There are 4 basic stages in the metamorphosis processes of a butterfly: egg, caterpillar, cocoon, and butterfly. The first stage is the egg. The eggs are laid on plant by a female butterfly. Inside this tiny egg, caterpillar grow. Those plants will then become the food for the hatching caterpillar. The second stage is the caterpillar. Once ready, the caterpillar leaves its egg home and enter the big outside world. The job of the caterpillar is to eat and eat and eat and become big and fat. The caterpillar can grow up to 2 inches long in several weeks. Whoa, that's very big. The third stage is the cocoon or chrysalis. Once full grown, the caterpillar forms itself a cocoon or chrysalis, a kind of vessel in which the caterpillar changes into a butterfly. Now I'm moving to the last stage, which is the butterfly. Once the butterfly is ready to emerge, the case around the pupa is split open, but it's not the time for take-off just yet, as the wings are at first wet, soft, and wrinkling against its body. Once fit to fly, this brilliant bug then takes to the air in search for flower to feed on. And that's the cycle complete and ready to start all over again. So now I'm pass over to my friend Favor. She will be talking about flowers that attracting butterfly and butterfly habitat.
Hello, I'll be talking on the flowers that attract butterflies. So this is a very important topic when designing a habitat. So it's good that the children know the kind of flowers and plants that that are needed in a habitat. So for our habitat, for a habitat to attract butterfly, there needs to be a nectar-rich flowering plant, which is very essential for adult butterflies and is a correct food plant for their caterpillars. Yeah, so this food needs to be available in spring, in summer, and in autumn. So, and also when choosing flowers, it should be a colorful flowers. It should be those with daisy or pea flower forms, preferable the single ones rather than the double flowers, as they are quite easier to get nectar from. So mostly for this activity, we're looking at Australian flowers and their food. And so in terms of, Australian butterflies, in terms of their food, and that is their flowers and plant that they need. Yeah. So when looking at them, starting with Australian painted lady butterfly, so they like plants like the everlasting daisy and the wheat species. So when we have these, if we're trying to breed these in our habitat or in our garden, we have to have this kind of plants in there for them. So if we look at the Meadow August butterfly, their plants are the Goodenia species and the fan flowers. So when we have these two flowers and variety of them in our garden or in our habitat, it helps the butterfly to feed them. Also, another butterfly we're going to talk about is the Australian Admira butterfly. So those ones, they like the stinging nettles and also the baby tears plant. So another butterfly is the two-spotted lime blue butterflies. They like the wattle plants, and also the common grass blue butterfly. These are the herbs. These ones, they like the herbs and low bushes with pea flowers such as the native lilac, the Australian indigo, the bush peas, the clovers and pears. So they like all this type of plants and herbs in the habitat. So we have to be aware when designing a habitat for any of the species here. So there is also another popular species of butterfly also found in Australia and also found, but mostly found in North America, is the monarch butterfly. So the monarch butterflies are very common. Yeah, we can also find it somewhere in Australia here. So they also breed on cotton bush or milkweed species, which have a toxic milky sap, which can become very weedy. So when we have it's really a good plant for this butterfly, and also as a source of food for the caterpillar. If we talk about a habitat more, there are other key factors we need to bear in mind when designing designing a habitat or making a garden for them. So we should bear in mind that a habitat needs to be warm, because butterflies are cold-blooded. So our habitat needs to be warm because that is a way for them to be under the sun, expose them to sun, and before they can fly out, they need to be charged up with the sun. So yeah, also we have to have shelter from the wind. It is very important to bear this at the back of our mind when designing a habitat. We should also protect them from damaged winds, so protect our habitat from wild winds. So we should make sure that our habitats are in a very good place. Also, water is really essential, just for as it is for man. It's something for animals and insects. So water is very essential. Make sure that we have a place for water for them. And also the plant diversity is good that we have varieties of plants. Even if you're not breeding that particular species, we could have another plant that is not in their species there, to attract other different types of other species of butterfly. So plant diversity is really good. Yeah, so all these things are needed for a good habitat for a butterfly. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Milena, and now I'm gonna talk about what children will learn with this experience and how children will use technology to enhance their learning in this experience. So this activity will spark children's curiosity. Children will learn through the sense by observing, hearing, and touching the butterfly's habitat. Using the magnifying glass, they will be able to explore the habitat and find the hiding butterflies. Using the earphones, children will be able to hear the sound of the habitat. And combining these two experiences together, children will be immersed in a deep learning of the butterfly's habitat. Another technology resource we use in our table is a video. By watching the super zoom video, children will learn about the 4 stages of the metamorphosis of the butterflies and all the body parts of the butterfly, with real images of butterflies. Some curious facts that children will learn through the video are the butterflies use their antennae to smell, and butterflies can taste the leaves by standing on using her legs. And the wings of the butterflies aren't just for flying. Butterflies use their wings to hear. The next curious fact is that the butterflies got a special body part called proboscis. A butterfly uses her proboscis to drink water and nectar from flowers. Engaging with the video and guided by educators, children will learn that butterflies are attracted to bring flowers and need to feed on nectar. When they do this, their bodies collect pollen and carry it to other plants. This helps fruits, vegetables, and flowers to produce new seeds. The majority of plants need pollinators like bees and butterflies to reproduce. Also, children will learn that having butterflies in the environment is an indicator of healthy environment. A garden that attracts butterflies will also bring native bees and birds. All play a role in increasing biodiversity. The varieties of plants, animals, and microorganisms and their ecosystems. Butterflies. Children will learn that butterflies are also food source for birds, spiders, lizards, mice, and other animals. And caterpillars also are eaten by bats, birds, and other animals. If the butterfly populations diminish, the impact is felt higher up and can affect the entire ecosystem. Educators, you have the role to guide children through the experience, give them information, and ask open-ended questions about the butterfly's habitat to engage children in learning. Educators can ask questions such as, why butterflies need water and flowers in their habitat? And how can butterflies hear? So, with this experience, children will be immersed in the learning of the butterfly's habitat, and connecting with the technology, children will extend their learning and gather information. So that's our experience for the FAIR project. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.